The bottle warmer does work on autopilot. Like by default, it is going to warm your milk, and that is awesome. And that is so cool. Before with my old bottle warmer, I had to do like several different calculations of how many ounces and, you know, is it thawed or not thawed? And there was just all these things that you had to figure out and calculate. But this is just doing the thing by itself. This is so awesome. Hey everybody, so I'm a dad of 4, right? And I have had a bottle warmer for years now, for, let me think, 6 years, like an old bottle warmer. And it is terrible. Let me be honest with you. It is absolutely awful and it's terrible, and I've always been frustrated and I've hated using that thing. I really have. It's terrible. So I decided to get a new one, right? We're going to get a better one, an upgraded one, a modern one that actually doesn't have cords, that isn't a hot mess. So here's what I got. It's called the Portable Bottle Warmer N1S, and I got it off Amazon. And I am hoping for good things with this bottle warmer. I'm really just hoping that this will make life a little bit easier, and it'll just make it a little bit easier for me, actually, as a dad, right? I know this is marketed in general towards women and towards mothers, right? But come on now. Women have the goods, right? You can feed the baby with a lot more ease than all the fathers of the world out there can, right? It's really frustrating to have a crying baby in your arms. And you really want to help your baby, and she's upset, and you know that she's hungry, she just wants some milk, but there's nothing you can do about it, right? Because either you don't have the milk or you can't get it warmed up fast enough. So I'm really hoping that this will make my life a little bit easier as a dad. But I don't know, let's just put it all together, let's give it a shot and see what happens. So here's the bottle warmer itself. This is where the motor is. It's inside here. I'm going to pull off the dust cover. There's our dust cover. Here's our bottle warmer. So we've got our power plug, right? It's just a standard USB here. We've got plenty of extra O-rings, you know, just in case one wears out or we need another one for a different kind of bottle, a different brand of bottle. And here, speaking of brands of bottles, we have all the different attachments for our different bottles, right? So it just depends on the bottle that you own in your house. Here's the Tommy Tippy. That's a very popular one. I think this is the one that we have in our house. We've got the Knoier, right? If you're a Nook kind of a mom, if you're a Mam kind of a mom or dad, or if you are Medela, right? So let's take our Tommy Tippy here, right? And let's just screw that into our bottle warmer. Easy. It said in the instructions to make sure that you tighten it somewhat forcefully, just so that we do create that seal between this and the bottle warmer itself and the bottle, I suppose. We don't want any spilling, of course. And one other thing to mention as far as safety is concerned, when you wash this, use more gentle soaps. Don't use any harsh chemicals or anything like that. Definitely don't want your baby ingesting any of the more harsh chemicals that could be in the soaps that you're using to wash your bottle warmer. We've got Tommy Tippy right here. Let's take the top off. And let's take our Tommy Tippy attachment and let's just screw that in here. And then let's use our Tommy Tippy O-rings. You can see that it actually says Tommy Tippy on the ring. We're just going to put that in there. We're just going to make sure it's below the groove. I like to just use my thumb to push it in. Just some regular cow's milk for testing today. Now pay attention, dads. This is the hard part. You're going to put your bottle warmer on top, right? You're going to twist to make sure that is sealed and secured. And now we can flip it over. And we are just fine. There's no leakage or anything like that. And now, let's push the power button, press and hold. Oh, it beeps. That means it's on. Okay, so we have 99% power, and it looks like our milk is at 63 degrees, 64 degrees now, since we're actually starting to warm it. The bottle warmer does work on autopilot. Like, by default, it is going to warm your milk, and that is awesome. And that is so cool. Before, with my old bottle warmer, I had to do like several different calculations of how many ounces, and, you know, is it thawed or not thawed, and there was just all these things that you had to figure out and calculate. But this is just doing the thing by itself. This is so awesome. So, okay, it's warming up our milk that was in the fridge, right? So it's just warming it up. The default is 99 degrees Fahrenheit. The default setting is that it will warm your milk to 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's awesome. That is exactly in the middle of what a normal human baby will want to drink at. They want it at 99 degrees Fahrenheit. You can definitely switch it to Celsius if you're more of a Celsius person or if you're across the pond. So this is really cool. This is actually remarkable how fast this is working. I would have just still been detangling cords before, but we are working our way up. So the part you do see is that some of our milk is still up here in the bottle, but the part that you don't see is that some of our milk has actually traveled down into the bottle warmer right here, right? So it's not going way down deep, but it's going in here, and the bottle warmer is warming it up, right? So it's like all the milk is in this general area. So FYI, if you put frozen milk in here, then it will start by default in thawing mode or thaw mode, right? And then once it reaches a certain point, it will automatically go into just regular warming mode. So that's great. That's on autopilot. We're almost to our 99 degrees Fahrenheit here. Boom! We made it! 99 degrees Fahrenheit. This is ready for the baby. So what else is cool about this is that, say you couldn't actually feed the baby right this second or take it off the bottle warmer, then that's okay, because by default, this bottle warmer is just going to keep the milk at 99 degrees until you turn it off. All right, then we're just simply going to unscrew our bottle warmer. You're going to try not to spill any like I just did. That was my bad, not the bottles. And yeah, there we go, warm milk, right? So you can put your bottle cap on and go feed the baby. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rinse this out. You're going to want to rinse out the inside of the bottle warmer just so that there's not any milk in there. And like we said before, you can use some mild soaps, but don't use anything too harsh because you definitely don't want your baby ingesting any harsh chemicals or anything that can make them sick. And if we click the button on the bottom, the power button several more times, we can just toggle through the different options and see what else comes up when we hit that button. So by default, we are at the 99% battery LED display marking, right? So we have 99% battery there. If we click it again, we are to the 104 degrees Fahrenheit setting. There's the 113 degrees Fahrenheit setting. There's the 122 degrees Fahrenheit setting, right? So you can actually set it to that if you want it to be at that level instead of 99. What happens if we press and hold? Okay, then we turn it off, right? It turns off if you press and hold it. So this is great. This is an awesome little bottle warmer. And it's actually easier than I thought it would be. Like, I was hoping and I was thinking it would be easy, but it's even easier. So I can definitely recommend this bottle warmer. It's awesome. I'm going to go feed my kid now before this gets too cold. We'll see you guys later. Bye.